so much verbal analysis
Yeah.
in the videos.
All right, so this is Bud. They'll have spring names.
That's cute.
Now that dog is upside down.
I know, I just realized that. He's not going to recognize it as a dog. When I get a moment to do it without noticing, I'll set it back up.
Hi, you. Hello. Hello, are you my friend? Are we gonna be friends?
He's very sweet and gentle. He's very mindful of being gentle. That's unusual in a puppy this young. I think that's really cool. This litter's had a couple of things developmentally that are like way ahead. That was very deliberate the way he approached me, and his initial, when he jumped up on me, his initial couple of interactions were more forceful, and then when he came up near my face, you could see him consciously reining it in. So that was not accidental.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not a naturally gentle puppy necessarily. He might be, but he's thinking about it. That's really rare with a puppy. Really, really rare. Did you have somebody who was looking for a therapy dog? I like this one for that. I think this is a very empathetic puppy. And I'm basing that entirely off the first 30 seconds of this evaluation, but I think this one's your therapy dog.
And she also wanted not as big.
Yeah.
With these guys, it's really hard to predict. Like,
right, as we know.
As we know. But yeah, so far he is the smallest of the boys.
He's gonna be. This is your therapy dog,
I
right
think
here.
so, yeah.
He's empathetic. He's sweet. He's making a lot of eye contact. This is very deliberate love. It's not like, the other boy was super, super sweet and smushy, but he wanted attention.
Yes.
This boy is interested in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And like, he's feeling me out. He's making a ton of eye contact. He's watching me to see what I think about things. This is work for him. And I think this puppy would learn the job of a therapy dog and like that work and would see it and understand it as work. A lot of dogs that we select for therapy dogs, we just select because they're naturally inclined to be social with strangers and to like the attention, so they'll do it because it's just reinforcing for them. But this guy, I think, would actually understand the job. And that would make him a spectacular therapy dog. It is very rare to see a puppy with that much natural empathy. And I was just about to say, I bet you he brings that toy to me.
Yeah.
It's subtle and it's really hard to say like why I'm saying that, but it's the way he's interacting with me is dramatically different from most puppies.
And sometimes it's like when you do it for so long, you can kind of read it. You read between the lines.
Yeah, and I've seen hundreds and hundreds of puppies, so.
Yeah, what you got there? What you got there?
But he's playful, like he's not, again, this is why I say it's not just that he's naturally smushy and low energy.
Yeah.
It was a decision on his part.
Good boy.
Good boy. Oh my goodness.
These puppies are also very, since they were 7 weeks old, they've been trying to hold it till I take them outside in the morning.
Yeah, they're very aware of it.
Yeah.
For sure. So, very naturally, he's cleaning himself up right now. Now the way he's interacting with me has shifted a little bit. Now this is about he wants attention. He wanted a lap for a second. It's different from his initial approach, which was, hi human, what do you need? But I like that he's playful. Oh, you can get that toy. And I'm doing the same thing with him I did with the other one. I'm deliberately getting my hand in the game. He's not really biting me. I've got some very gentle mouthing, but a lot of puppies, if I did that, would be all over my hand.
Yeah, like just we did Sprout just
Yes.
now, and
He was all over my hand.
yeah.
But it's very gentle. So he's very aware that, and now he does like my hand. He likes my hand better than the toy, which was Sprout. It was very easy to redirect him onto the toy. This guy's like, oh, you're offering your hand for play? I'd much rather play with your hand. But again, he's aware, and he's downgrading the puppy biting. Now, again, just as a caution, he is a puppy, so there will be moments when he does not have that level of control. But in general, he's got way more self-control than most puppies. And he did redirect. He's not a total alligator like Maybe or Chai. Poodle Malinois. That's not him. He redirected. But if he can get away with biting your hand, he will, but not as hard.
Mm-hmm.
Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Well, you like the sleeve too, huh?
And it's that people focus. He would rather interact with the person than he would with the toy. And again, if he's going to be a therapy dog, that's a good thing, especially considering he's not getting really rough with it. And he settled right down, great off switch, went right back to loving.
Yes.
And his affection has gone right back to really being relationship focused. He's trying to make friends. This is your therapy dog.
Yeah.
This dog needs to be a therapy dog.
What do you think?
He makes almost constant eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, with a puppy this young, you often don't see that. It's just because developmentally they're not there yet, but he is. He's extremely socially aware.
What are we doing? Was that fun? That was fun? He's like, I don't know how to play that game.
And he leans into you, like when
Uh-huh.
he gets there, he just like.
And the reason I kept doing the little air blow game is because he didn't know what to think about it. And so I was interested to see if he would turn off and become a little bit more avoidant or go play with the toy. And he didn't. He kept trying to figure out the game and then just kind of just smushed into me. I was like, okay, I have no idea what we're doing, but okay.
As long as we're together.
So he's not gonna, again, thinking about a therapy dog, if you've got some person who's doing something weird, whether it's, because you're in a mental facility and they're medicated and so their behavior's abnormal, or whether it's because you're working with elderly people and they're clumsy, anything that a dog would interpret as being unusual human behavior, his response is gonna be to evaluate it and figure out how to work around it or what that person needs, not be turned off by it.
Yeah.
So again, I really like that
And
for
we really
a therapy
only
dog.
need to maintain 3 or 4.
Yep. Okay, let's work a puzzle. Got some stuff here. Wanna check it out?
You already know it's got food in it. You're very interested in that. Very food motivated. Could just be hungry, but that was a really strong food response. So that's great for training.
Well, they all had access to breakfast, let's put it that way. Who
Yeah.
ate, who didn't, I don't know, but they all had access to breakfast. And
Well, and given the way the rest of the litter hasn't been
Yeah.
super food motivated, I'm gonna say that's actual food motivated. And he's going for that air hole that I found. He solved the problem. Now he is a little bit deliberate. He knew from looking at this, I think, that this lid would move and could potentially fall off. And it's taken him a few interactions with it to be confident enough to just go ahead and approach it right away and start risking the lid doing something unpredictable. So that's good to know that in an environment where he's smart enough to know if something's gonna fall or be weird.
Yeah.
Again, thinking therapy dog, if you've got people who might be dropping canes, things like that, he just needs to be prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that might be, if therapy dog is your goal, you might want to proactively train him around stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And just teach him that it's a good thing and that it doesn't have to be scary. He'll overcome it, no problem, but he's gonna be more, not sensitive to it, just aware of it.
Mm-hmm. I believe my home there. This would be like third therapy poodle.
Oh yeah, so they're used to
Yeah.
that. Same thing with the noise out there.
Yeah.
It
Okay, and,
he's
will
not
you
afraid
give
of
me
it,
the
but
address?
he's registering it and he wants to know what to do about it. So this is not a problem, it's not a bad thing, but it is something to just be aware of in training.
Okay.
He's not gonna be the kind of dog that's just gonna blow through it. But he's a poodle and they don't usually.
Mm-hmm.
Very low persistence in solving this puzzle when it wasn't available to him, and I don't think it's because he's not a persistent problem solver. I think it's because he was actually smart enough to realize that it wasn't going to work, and so he's moved on to greener pastures. Because he's watching me interact with this tub. He knows when I'm putting the lid on versus when I'm not.
What do you think about this little boy?
Well, that caught his interest. Same approach. Notice he's a little cautious, deliberate. He wants to understand it. He's not afraid of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference between a deliberate approach to life and a fearful approach to life. This is not fearful. This is, I don't know what to do with you, so I'm not going to go stick my head in it, which
is smart.
is smart, yeah. Not overly motivated by the scent. Again, for a therapy dog, I actually like that because they'd be exposed to so many weird scents, and people can smell different based on medications they're on or whatever. Or again, if you're working in a nursing home environment or something like that, you're gonna have different smells, bodily functions, whatever. And you don't want the dog to embarrass the person incidentally by being too focused on a strange scent. So I actually like that for therapy dog, I like that he has lower scent focus. I mean, I think he's an ideal therapy dog, honestly.
Awesome.
Let's see how he does with the environmentals.
Yeah.
I'm anticipating the same response. Cautious, but not fearful. And he saw that I did that, so he was happy to approach it. Gonna come back to me.
What do you think, puppy? Look at this thing. Look at this.
Yes, he's not at all fearful or avoidant. He's just,
Yeah.
like you said, he's smart enough to not go do something dumb when he doesn't know what to expect from something. He's deliberate and thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
I also like how easily he's self-entertaining in here. He gets bored, but he then goes and entertains himself. So he's very human-focused, but also really nicely self-entertains. That's, again, a super rare combination of traits. This is a very rare puppy. You don't see this often.
Shut. What was that? What was that? Good boy. What is that?
Anyway, he comes back to you for reassurance that it's okay too.
And that's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But then when I reassure him and show him to go out, he goes out. I mean, like, this is a very nice puppy.
Yeah.
This whole litter is really solid. He's really solid. They just have their different personalities and different ways of interacting with the world and their environment. But very solid, all of them. And this guy is just going to be a dream as a therapy dog, I think. Okay.
I think we